Oh, look at the little creepy guy. Do a backflip because it's cool, and I've been stuck down here in this trial. Ugh. Right in my eyes. It was the style at the time. Hey guys, it's Adam aka Swimming Bird, and welcome to the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild on Nintendo Switch. This is part 12, so if you missed any episodes so far, please catch up with the links down in the description. Last time we arrived in Kakariko Village and met Lady Impa, who told us about the Divine Beasts, 4 massive guardians that we're going to seek out and free from the corruption of Calamity Ganon. So this huge adventure is open to us. We can really go wherever we want, but it's very important not to forget the side quests in this game. There are tons of really exciting moments and interesting stories all over Hyrule, hidden everywhere, and one of the best, I feel, is tucked away right here in Kakariko Village. So before we head up the hill and take on another trial, let's play a quick little game here. When's food? I'm bored. Want to play? Yay, what'll it be, what'll it be? So I think I'd feel bad just destroying this cute little kid in a game of tag, since we have so much stamina. Let's play hide and seek. The reward is the same either way. Yay, I'll go hide. But I gotta go home to Sis when it's dinner time, okay? So this is Kotla, and we met her father, Dorian. He's a guard for Lady Impa, but we also met her sister, Coco. She was the one hanging out in the graveyard crying because their mother is gone. And I feel like Coco is taking it really rough, but Kotla doesn't seem to even realize what's happening. And there we go, the game is done. I'm a hide. I'm a find you. She's right here. Ooh, you found me. That was so fun, though. This is my secret treasure, but here, you can have it. Crunchy Crunchables! So we have her treasured lump of rock salt. Aw. The real reward was just seeing her happy. And that might seem like a small little side quest, but a bunch of the ones here in Kakariko are all intertwined, and they have this larger overarching narrative that we're gonna see play out as we go along. But before we get too deep into that, let's head up the hill and unlock the trial so that we can warp back here. But this is also a good shrine to go to, especially early on, because you get to learn a lot of stuff that is going to be useful throughout the entire game. It has some good lessons from this monk, and we also need to keep an eye out for any Kuko, because just like in previous games, Kakariko Village is overrun by those birds, and we got to help someone track them down. So here we are at NAEG Shrine, and also up the hill there's some woods that we're going to explore after we complete this shrine here. But this whole area, another thing I really like about Kakariko Village is that the side quests, in most places you gotta kind of seek them out or hear about them first, but here we can go into Impa's house, and there's a journal of various worries where the community, they can all go in and just kind of write down grievances, almost like a complaint box or somewhere just to air their dirty laundry and things that they're worried about. But that's also a way to figure out all the side quests we need to complete to progress this side story here that is going to be cool to see. So that is what we're going to focus on soon. But this site here, this giant open arena, should be kind of foreboding to anyone who's played Zelda games, or any games mostly. This is NAEG's teaching, so it can't be too tough, right? It's just a lesson. Well, it's a big open battlefield, so you might be able to tell what's going to happen here. We got an 8-fold blade, though. That is the one-handed katana version of the long-fold blade that we found before. So it's pretty cool looking. Let's use that. And we should have something else good here. It's nice that we get bonus chests before we even take on the trial. I'm going to get rid of that Boko shield. It's got pretty good defense, but it's going to break quickly. And I like having wooden shields, not just to get arrows, but also because if we run into a thunderstorm, you don't want to always have all metal equipment. All right, we're gonna have to face a Guardian Scout, and this one is a bit tougher than the ones we've seen in other trials. Use a side hop to avoid enemy attacks. This will create an opening that you can use to strike back. So this is a quick lesson on combat, and as I mentioned, this stuff is gonna be useful throughout the game, so we want to learn this early on. The timing of these guys can be a little tough to get used to. They are robots after all, so it can feel a little unnatural, but again, dodging gets you these flurry rushes, which is one of the best ways to deal a ton of damage. Okay, do a backflip to avoid enemy attacks and create an opening to strike back. Do a backflip because it's cool, and I've been stuck down here in this trial for 100 years or more, 10,000 years maybe. Yeah, the monk is bored and wants to see us do cool tricks. Here you go, buddy. All right, but yeah, the same idea applies there. You want to backflip over horizontal attacks and sidestep the vertical ones. You can repel an attack if you parry with your shield at just the right time. Strike back in the opening you create. So this one I showed before with the bigger guardians to deflect their lasers, but you can also use it on little enemies and just reflect their attacks and then get in there and hit him. No, don't kill him yet, I'm teaching you here. Build up your power and then release it to unleash a charge attack. Catch your enemies in the motion. So we're gonna build one up and do a nice spin if he doesn't hit me first. Oh, geez, yeah. You don't have to spin it up 2 levels, but it does more damage. And there we go. That was something I used against that stone talus a lot to take it down, so that's pretty helpful as well. And different weapons have different ones. You have done well to learn these crucial skills. Now proceed. So we got some rewards here. There's a chest waiting us, on the other side there that I can see. But also, any guardians you kill, you get guardian parts, and the scouts give you cool weapons. This is a guardian sword wielded by guardian scouts. Its blue energy blade is a product of ancient technology. It's not very durable. So the swords and axes and different stuff that you get from guardians, their weaponry, it's actually more effective on guardians than normal weapons you would find. It also looks really cool because it glows and has this kind of like technological look to it you don't see from the rest of the weapons. But it's also great to have because it does more damage to guardians, but it also is not metal, technically. It's made from whatever stuff they build these shrines out of. And it's, it's pottery or something, I think, because it is based off of that old Jomon style of art. But it's a good thing to have in a thunderstorm, just like a wooden shield, because you won't get hit by lightning, which is usually a one-hit kill. So definitely keep maybe a wooden sword or a guardian weapon on you and a wooden shield in case. You'll triumph over the test of strength, subverts a prophecy of ruin. From the ashes of Hyrule, a hero rises. So a little bit different text there, because we triumphed over a test of strength. And these are going to be in a bunch of locations as we progress through the game. We'll have minor, modest, and major tests of strength, and some of those can get really tough. Those are the scouts that you encounter are going to be much tougher than that one for sure. That was just a tutorial, but there's a lot of really tough enemies in this game, so mastering the dodges, the rushes, parries, all that stuff is pretty important early on because it'll help you later on as we go. Okay. So before we go back down into the village and see what's happening with a lot of the citizens and their troubles, let's head into the woods. I'm gonna leave Epona here. Her hair looks great in this light. So let's head up into the woods. Because it's technically part of the village, Epona's only gonna trot here, so she'd be kind of slow to ride on. Now down there, you might be able to spot something creeping in the distance, but we are going to head this way first because there's a lot of cool stuff hidden in this area, including this little platform that looks just like it would be in a shrine. And it's even got a little hole in the center, so a lot of you guys might have already figured out what we're gonna have to do here. But let's head through the woods. Oh, there's a bloopy. Look at that little guy. They're so cute. And I mentioned you can hit them with arrows, or if you happen to get close, hit them with a weapon and get rupees. But I don't know, I can't bring myself to do it. I feel bad, because they are little forest spirits, and we don't want to make them mad after all. Because they're here as a sign, I think, that this forest is healthy, almost like a Korok, where they seem like it's a good sign to have them around. Oh, look at the little creepy guy. Little owl rabbit. Oh, and there he goes. Almost looked like he was excited to see me. He was going to run over. Okay, so yeah, there's bloopies all over the place, so don't feel bad if you miss one when you're traveling, and they tend to show up multiple times in the same area. So we're going to glide down here and investigate this creepy cactus that's so out of place in this forest. But there's some good stuff around here, like the Silent Princess. This lovely flower was said to have been a favorite of the Princess of Hyrule. Once feared to have gone extinct, it's recently been spotted growing in the wild. So that is the iconic flower for this game. It's in the logo, it's in the Master Sword little collectible that was in the Master Edition that I didn't manage to get. I'm a little sad about that, but it's a cool little, thing with the Master Sword that has a Silent Princess next to it. The Endura Carrot, so these are really useful. It boosts your stamina beyond its maximum limit when you make a dish with them. So we'd get like a gold stamina wheel, kind of like the gold bonus heart that we have. But the hidden feature of Endura Carrots is that you can use them to get extra stamina boosts on your horse. So it's definitely worth feeding to your horse. We've got a familiar creature here, though, that I might just have to jump up in the air and grab. It's a fairy. This fairy will fly from your pouch and heal all your wounds the moment you lose your last heart. It's easily mistaken for a firefly at night, but it glows in the daylight as well as night. So these are super useful in this game. In a game where you can die really easily, especially with low health, like we have right now, it is nice having a fairy to heal you. And you can even cook with them. You won't eat them or, put them in a dish literally. They'll help you cook and use their fairy dust to sprinkle on. See if we can grab that one out of the air. There we go. So as many fairies as you can get, they are definitely helpful to have, and they will automatically save you when you die, and that happens quite a bit in this game. You have the autosave checkpoints, but it's nice having a fairy so you can just keep the fight going. But it does make the game a little bit easier, so I'm a little conflicted on the fairies. Let's investigate. This creepy thing, though. Boy. Sweet boy. Please listen to my story. Sure. I am the great fairy Kotera. This place was once a beautiful spring, but as time passed, fewer and fewer travelers arrived to offer me rupees. As a result, my power has abandoned me. I'm nearly powerless now, so I beg your help. I need rupees to become whole again. I hunger for rupees. All I need is 100. Once my power has been restored, I can help you do great things, boy. Now, if you have rupees, hand them over to me quickly. In order for me to regain my power, I need 100 rupees. I don't want to turn down this creepy hand sticking out of a cactus, so here you go. 100 rupees. Snatches it right out of my palm. Thank you. You are too kind. The power. It's overflowing. So creepy. And here she is, without further ado, the one, the only, well, one of many, the Great Fairy. So she's got a very different design in this game. She really creeps me out. Ugh, she's so big. Oh, oh, what a feeling. This that first breath of fresh air after an eternity of decay. It's just so intoxicating. She's giving me some Attack on Titan flashbacks, like she'd just bite me and grab a limb and eat it. Ugh. Thanks to you, I've been returned to my former glory. And as they say, one good turn deserves another. I can help you, boy. Allow me to enhance your clothing. It's the least I can do, but I will need the necessary materials. Okay, if you say so. With the power available to me, I should be able to enhance your clothing a little bit. Enhance away. So certain stuff cannot be enhanced, like the old shirt, the doublet. Certain things I need extra materials for, though, so we can't do that yet. But let's enhance my Hylian set. We only need bokoblin horns. All right, you want to enhance the Hylian hood, right? Yes, please. All right, let me do my thing. Right in my eyes. My mouth was open and everything. She just blasted us with fairy dust. But there we go. A Great Fairy has increased its defense by 1 level. All finished, just a bit stronger now. Oh, you've heard about set bonuses, right? How a set of clothes that have all been enhanced twice could have a bonus, but only if you wear the whole set. Well, and not all sets have a bonus. Do you want me to enhance any of your other clothes? Sure. So yeah, certain sets, it's a safe bet if it has like an ability like Stealth Up on here, that we can get a set bonus if we get to level 2. But at this point, we can only do level 1, unfortunately. There are 4 Great Fairies out in the world to find, and if we find all 4 of them, we can really just enhance our clothes like crazy. And that's another thing that can make the game too easy. So if you're wanting a challenge from this game, one of the things you could do is just maybe not enhance your clothes or not use fairies, stuff like that, to make it a bit tougher on yourself. But it can still be tough either way. I don't want to, downplay the difficulty of this game. All right, so I'm going to quickly upgrade these. And you can kind of tell that the Hylian clothes do not get a set bonus because they don't have any extra power, but it's still nice just to get that extra defense. Again, especially early on when most things can one-shot you, enemies are really tough, even the basic ones can gang up on you and just destroy you. It is nice to have all these bonuses. And again, the cutscenes and everything with the fairy is creepy, so you might want to, you can just hit X if you want to save time and skip through them. That's what I've been doing with each of these. But there we go. I need one more rush shroom if I want to get my bandana enhanced, but we'll come back and do that later. For now, let's get away from this lady. I'm ready to get out of here. I thought I would improve some other clothes for you, but it looks like that's not possible right now. Please come back here once you have some clothes or materials, or once you've restored the power of my sisters. See you later. Goodbye, and good riddance. No, she's helpful. She's just creepy. And this always makes me think she's just gonna grab Link and pull him down into the depths. Okay, so we are out of here with some enhanced gear, and I'll grab these Nightshade along the way, because they're all over town, but as you saw, they were used to enhance the Sheikah gear, so definitely worth grabbing those. Sometimes I'm looking ahead and not at my stamina meter, but that's one of the reasons to have a bunch of stamina. So rather than glide off here with the paraglider, let's grab this Cuckoo and glide down, because we're going to need to collect these guys, like I mentioned, but we can get a nice view of Kakariko Village as we glide our way down towards the Cuckoo pen, and we can talk to this guy here. This is Kato, one of the guards outside of Impa's.
How could this happen? Sir Link, my Cuckoos, my precious Cuckoos, they haven't come home yet. Now that my wife wants nothing to do with me, my Cuckoos are my only emotional support.
All right, don't cry on my newly enhanced tunic, buddy.
Wow, what do I do?
I'll go find them.
Really? Oh, thank you so much. I have 10 Cuckoos total. Hopefully you'll be able to find them all.
He's got a cool bow. So we're gonna do the Flown the Coop test, and there's one right down here next to this bonfire. We can also talk to Pikongo again.
They say there's a great fairy fountain somewhere in this village. I hear it's utterly breathtaking. Aesthetics aside, they also say it can bestow people with mysterious powers. It's too bad, I just can't figure out the exact location, but I'm not gonna give up. Oh, and if I find out anything, I'll let you know.
All right, let me grab this one. So his quest is a little more involved. We're probably not gonna be able to see the end of it too soon here, but I will work towards finishing that, because it is one of the ones mentioned in the book. But let's climb up this roof. I love, yeah, Link's just scampering around, but we gotta find all these guys, and some of them are really industrious and have made their way all the way up on the buildings. So let's head up the hill here. But it's almost nighttime, and another one of the quests was mentioned was collecting fireflies, so we're gonna try to do that as well, because we wanna make sure we don't leave any of those behind. Oh, what's going on here? My stress just melts away. We got the carrot, or no, this is Ulkin, the potato farmer, or pumpkin rather, sorry.
My wife's tough dishes are made from fortified pumpkins. They're out of this world. There's a lot of fortified pumpkins in that recipe, I tell you what.
And this is Melly. She owns the plum garden, and she is Ulkin's wife.
Just between you and me, it's not that my old Ulkin really hates Steen. You just can't stand carrots. I don't get what it is about men, so petty.
So Melly, her plum garden, we saw that before, and I need to make sure I go down there and get the Cuckoo from it before it gets, you know, gets to the point where she wanders back there. She's cooking right now, so this is a good time to go. I'm gonna do that, because if she's around, she will get mad at us for going in here. So let's just get that one out of there. Didn't have to toss it too far. There we go. And the Cuckoo, eventually, we'll have to show you guys, but they do, of course, attack you if you beat them up. They'll also lay eggs that you can grab if you want bird eggs. It's kind of a mean way to get them, but there you go. And, yeah, the Cuckoo having that is just a standard that we've seen in Zelda games for a long time. So, of course, we gotta have the Cuckoo able to swarm in, but you can use those against enemies. I forgot that they return if you leave them anywhere. They're gonna go back to where they were. But having one with you, if you want to take the effort to take it out of town with you, can be good, because if an enemy beats up on it, the same thing applies. Most enemies won't attack each other, but certain ones, like Guardians, will actually get mad, and or they're just programmed to attack anything that attacks them. So you can have Guardians like fighting other enemies and stuff if you time it right. You just got to make sure that they hit the Guardians. And yeah, the Cuckoo are one of the few animals that will actually support you more in battle, so it's kind of fun to do that. And also, they double as another paraglider. In the Zelda games where there was no paraglider, most, you know, I think this is the only one that has a full thing that you can use like that, then it's a good way to get around and get that glide going on. I'm not sure how many we're missing here. I think we might have maybe one more. Let's talk to him.
I should have 10 Cuckoos total. Even just one unaccounted for won't do. Sadly, only 9 have returned to me. To think that somewhere out there, even one of my poor Cuckoos could be lost and lonely. Please, Hurry up and bring them back to me. For their sake and for mine as well.
He's so over dramatic, but he loves his birds. And it should be all the way in the back of the village here, so we're gonna run over there. We have pretty quick to, you know, he's got most of them in his pen already, or a big chunk of them already over there, so there we go. Can't pass up getting a hightail lizard. That's pretty uncommon to see. And if we did want to put on my ninja gear here, it is nice that makes it that much easier. Just like with the fairies, we can run up to any little critters and things that are scurrying around and make it so much simpler to grab them. Definitely pays for itself over time. Okay, so this is the last of them. And then we're going to meet somebody that is tied in with him in a second here as well. We just got to throw this in and make sure he has all of them accounted for. My precious Kukos! There you go, buddy. We found him.
Link! My Kukos! My sweet little baby Kukos! They're all back! Thank you so much, really. I could never thank you enough. This isn't much, but I insist you take it.
There we go. Got a nice purple rupee.
I'm ready to get out there again. Though I do wish my wife would come back to me, just like my Kukos did.
Well, you gotta go do something about it, just like with the Kukos. Nothing's gonna change if you don't get out there and make the change. Oh, Steen's over here, the carrot farmer. He's getting intense here with his tree branch.
The best defense is a good offense. Would you like to master the art of combat?
Teach me. Teach me anything that the Guardian couldn't.
Wow, interested in combat too. Well, just what I'd expect from such a big fan of the legendary swordsman. The Sheikah tribe has long excelled in knowledge in combat. We have quite a few secret techniques. I can't teach you all of them, but I think showing you just these few should be okay. So he's got a few other ones that we wouldn't have learned before. When facing an enemy in combat, always focus in on them. That's the most basic of the basics as far as good offense goes.
So locking on, we know about that, of course.
It's best to just try out lots of different things and see what works for you. Got any other questions?
We've been using the jump attack.
Cause a shockwave on the ground just by swinging your sword
while you're jumping. So that's a nice bonus, even if you miss.
The higher up you are, the more damage you'll do. However, if you're too high up, you'll be the one who takes damage. Once you get the hang of it, it's quite useful for surprise attacks on groups of enemies down below you. So there we go. And then last but not least, the 8-time sneak strike that we were doing back on the plateau a bit.
What's with that judgmental look? Sneak strikes are a legitimate strategy.
We are ninjas, after all.
You just sneak up behind your foe, and before they realize you're there, they are met with a taste of steel, or wood, depending on your weapon of choice. Got it? There'll be no match if you sneak up on them, since they aren't expecting the attack. You'll deal more damage, too. If you move while crouching down instead of walking normally, you'll be a lot harder to detect. It's not just for monsters, either. That's what I do when I'm trying to sneak up on wild animals, too.
So having this gear also helps a lot, of course.
It's best to just try out stuff. All right, see ya. To tell you the truth, I'd like to take that trial thing at the village shrine and learn the secret art of offense. It's just, well, no one knows the technique you need to enter the shrine. That's why I train like this every day.
So he's got to maybe upgrade his weapon if he wants to defeat the Yiga clan. Okay. But yeah, this shop over here, the Curious Quiver, I believe it's called, has another quest. This is Rolla. That's right, my good man. I knew it the moment I saw you. I had you figured for one heck of an archer, and I'm head over heels for a fine slice of man that can use a bow. Rated T for teen. So how about it? Why not take out that bow and show me something special? You got it. I like your attitude. All you gotta do is light the torches by the goddess statue. Think you're up to the challenge? You got it. The thought of a young hunk drawing a bow just makes my day. Okay, the arrows of burning heat, if you didn't put it together, Rolla is Kato's wife, or at least they were together at one point, and then things went a little bad with their relationship when he became obsessed with his little Kukos and not with using his bow. So you don't actually have to draw it and go over to the fire, you just have to walk close enough to light that, and no use wasting fire arrows when that's all we have to do to light those torches. But yeah, there's lots of little side stories and interesting stuff. Like I mentioned, the side quests here do flesh out the world a bit more and definitely add some depth to the characters, even if they're just some silly stuff like this. Done already? Hey kid, I saw you. You were amazing. Boy, what a shot in the heart that was. My husband's a fine archer himself, but we're living apart right now. This feeling, it's been so long. I'm so excited right now. I gotta close the shop. No, that really was something special to see. In fact, here, a token of my thanks. Got a red rupee, not really worth the price. I think that's exactly the price of 4 arrows from here. If only my husband hadn't become obsessed with cuckoos and had kept up with his archery skills. If only. Aw. So I feel bad for her. She also seems like she might be Hylian and not Sheikah, because she doesn't have the white hair that all the Sheikah have. Okay. And the sun is going down here, so there's another quest that we can complete if we just happen to find a certain critter. We spotted some last time, so I'm going to see if we can find him around here. Everyone's running around because they're afraid of the Iga clan, of course. The sun is setting, and it means it's a little more dangerous here. It's 10 p.m. There should be, there they are, fireflies. So I'm going to try to grab a couple of these because we need them for that quest. We saw there was somebody who was sad that they couldn't go out during the night and see the beautiful fireflies that they love so much. So we're going to fall into the stream and scare one away, but they're all over the place. Definitely plenty for us to grab. And I think there's some more back over here. If we go over on this hill, there should be some. Yeah, they show up in different areas, but most of them tend to be very close to the house of the lady that we're going to go see. We got 5. I think that's enough. We probably don't need any more than that, but we can grab any that we happen to go by. Some of the little glints of light seem like you could grab them, but they're not technically fireflies. So let's head in here and go see her. There she is, the shop girl that was, you know, getting us to come inside and buy stuff at Enchanted. Losley. Hey, how could you be so rude, bothering a lady in her room, and at night of all times? Huh? Oh, isn't that a Sheikah slate? Are you the hero grandmother told me about, the legendary swordsman of the Great Calamity? Wow! I figured you'd be all old and wrinkly by now, but you so are not. Young people like me have a hard time wrapping our heads around something like the Great Calamity. Judging by the look on your face, I dare say you're having a hard time with it too. A little bit. You must be kidding me. I don't know about that kind of stuff, but I'm pretty sure the hero of legend is on like a quest or something. I'm running a clothes shop here, so stop by if you're looking for something cute to wear. I used to go out at night to catch fireflies. They fly away quickly, so you have to sneak up on them slowly. It's more than fun, it's magical. But that's all in the past. Now there are monsters around the village and rumors that the Iga clan is nearby and active. That's why I'm forced to stay inside when it's dark, instead of chasing the night. I wish I could do something. Well, you're in luck, because we got a bunch of fireflies for you. Here you go. Oh, she didn't like them. Sometimes I had some trouble with this before, where it seems like you need to talk to her a little bit, and then I used to go out and catch fireflies. They fly away quickly, yeah. I think if we talk to her enough, we should be able to get this to work. I know one time I got it, and then Danielle, my girlfriend, was having trouble with it. Yeah, she's not letting me do that, so I wonder if something off is here. Nana, the lady with the hurt leg, will have to maybe come back on another night, because something's thrown off. I'm so sorry you traveled this far just to see me in this state. If only I had heeded my mentor's warning. I may look frightful, but is there something I can do for you? Your mentor? My mentor used to work closely with Princess Zelda in her research of that Sheikah slate. Go to the research facility in Hateno Village, located to the far east of here. However, just know that this mentor of mine is a bit odd. So that is one of our next stops. I think I know what might be going on here and why we weren't allowed to show her those fireflies. Yep, it's happening. Okay, this is one of the creepiest parts in this entire game. Uh-oh, look out, Olkin. Things are getting creepy here. Let me get up on the roof so you guys get a good look at this. This scared me so much when this first happened, but there's something going on. There's red particles all around, and there's a certain thing up in the sky. It doesn't have a face, but it is an extremely creepy blood moon.
Link, be on your guard. Ganon's power grows. It rises to its peak under the hour of the blood moon. By its glow, the aimless spirits of monsters slain in the name of the light return to flesh. Link, please be careful.
So this is a really cool mechanic. It basically is just a way to repopulate the world with monsters and mini-bosses you might have killed, but I like that there's an actual in-game, in-lore reason for monsters returning to places where you've taken them out. Because Ganon is resurrecting them using the power of the Blood Moon, so it's like a good way to go fight stuff and get more materials, but it's also a way for the game to kind of like clear out the memory of everything that you've killed and reset everything to 0 in a way, so I think that's part of why that's in there. So I think if she's still awake, oh, she's out here. Okay, I wanted to talk to Paya a little bit, because we didn't get much chance to talk to her before. Oh, it's you, Master Link. Please don't sneak up on me like that. Is something the matter? Do you need something from me? What you doing? I was just polishing the guardian deities. These deities are like signposts that guide us through our lives. Master Link, I want you to know that the path you are walking down is one we should all follow. I'm afraid doing stuff like this is the only thing I can do to help you. So she does say some different stuff if we are inside talking to her, because she will hang out near the sacred Sheikah artifact, which looks oddly familiar, like something that we might want to get in the future. So so let's sneak up here and look around in her room. So we have this little book here, which is her diary. This looks like Paya's diary. It seems she's only just started writing in it. So we're gonna read that. Grandmother says she's conspired with Princess Zelda and Auntie Purah 100 years ago. They decided to put a lone swordsman into a long sleep so as to prepare for the time that was foretold in legends. The name of that swordsman is Link. Since then, Grandmother has been waiting for him to reappear after all this time. I too pray that he awakens soon for the sake of Hyrule and for Grandmother's sake as well. So yeah, we can get a little bit of an insight into Paya's thoughts if we come back and read her diary, because it does update over time. And I can't remember, I don't think we looked at the Journal of Various Worries. Was it, did we, we might have skipped over this already, or entirely, I apologize. But we can learn a little bit about the townsfolk and their problems, like I mentioned. I think I got so dead set on doing the quest with the Cuckoo that I forgot to read this. So let's check it out. Here are the problems we can do. Well, my wife left me today. The last thing she said to me was, what's more important, the Cuckoos or me? I chose the Cuckoos. The Bowmaster, so that was Kato. We helped him out. A painter unfamiliar to any of us has arrived in the village. He claims he is searching for the Great Fairy's fountain, but that's near where the village spirit protector resides. We must make sure the outsider doesn't learn of the location of the fountain, or the 2 shrines near it. Anonymous father of 2. So that's Dorian, the other guard. That new guy in town looks like he really knows how to tune a bow. I hope he comes by and knocks an arrow from me. It's been way too long. Lonely arrow girl. So that was Rolla. Day in, day out, I'm outside barking people into the shop. I don't mind, really. It's good money and busying myself to numb the pain. But the only thing that really helps me feel better is walking among the fireflies. Unfortunately, now we've been asked to not walk around at night because it's dangerous. I don't know how to cope without the fireflies, the struggling shop girl. And then last but not least, there's a precious heirloom that has been passed down through my family for generations. Recently, I've begun to hear voices telling me that the heirloom has an important destiny. It's going to happen soon. It makes me nervous, but I can feel it in my bones. So Papaya is thinking about that orb there. But yeah, we need to complete the other quests if we want to see what's going on with that. She's heading back in to bed. Okay, so I jumped ahead a little bit because I had forgotten that the quest involving the fairy fountain, as well as the fireflies, we cannot complete those until later in the game when we have that final rune. So I do apologize about that, but we'll have to come back later to complete this quest line. And it's kind of strange because they don't really hint that you do need that to do the firefly quest at least, but I guess Nana talking about her mentor kind of hints a little bit. Let's talk to Paya though. She has more to say when she's out here cleaning the floors next to Impa. Master Link, is anything the matter? Anything at all? Can I help you in any way? What's that ball, and can I have it? This priceless artifact here? Is that what you want to know about? This is a Sheikah heirloom that we have long protected. The hero as chosen by the Sheikah heirloom will be gifted the blessing of antiquity. With these words as our guide, we have watched over the sacred artifact since my grandmother's grandmother's time, and even since her grandmother's grandmother's time before that. I cannot say that I entirely know the meaning of these words, but now that I think about it, the hero as chosen by the Sheikah heirloom. Could it be? Oh, yours truly. Please don't hesitate to let me know if I can ever be of service. What about this village? We Sheikah have long served the royal family of Hyrule in secret. During the great calamity of 100 years ago, the royal family was destroyed, and the members of our tribe scattered. Sadly, there were some who swore allegiance to Ganon at that time. They joined together as the Yiga clan, seeking out all who opposed Ganon, cutting them down one after another. Master Link, now that you are awake, you are surely the most formidable opponent standing against them. No doubt they will come for you, employing whatever underhanded methods they can devise. Oh, but of course, if there's anything I can do to help you, all you have to do is ask. Here, Paya, take the sword and journey with me. The great fairy Cortera. Only a few remain who know this, but this village was built under her watchful eye. The mysterious power of Cortera is that of sacred protection. I suggest you seek her out. Way ahead of you, Impa. The great fairy resides behind the shrine that overlooks this village. That is where you should seek her. You can put your trust in the great fairy. I can't think of any reason she wouldn't be happy to help you, Master Link. And one last thing here. What's your story, Paya? Me? You want to know my story? Well, my name is Paya. The reason I was named Paya is because I have a birthmark shaped like a papaya seed. Where is it? Well, it's kinda... Master Link, I advise you to change the subject. I'll answer you someday, just not today. Please don't hesitate. I'm good, thanks. Good luck. Okay, so next time we are gonna head on the road to Hateno Village so we can get that last rune, and then come back and do this storyline, because it is really cool. I promise it's worth the wait. But to finish up, we are going to scan in a couple amiibo here, starting with Smash Brothers Link. And now we're not going to get Epona, but we will potentially get some cool gear. So I'm going to open these up and see. Some of the amiibo I will wait a little bit to use because we have to complete the first dungeon to try to get some of the extra weapons and see those. But I'm going to focus on the Link amiibo. This is Toon Link from Smash Brothers. And again, I am avoiding this extra stuff because I want to find the gear, but not really take too many of the bonuses. There is a cool boomerang there, but that's not the exclusive one that you can get from Toon Link. He just happens to have other boomerangs as well in his rewards. This is 30th anniversary Toon Link, raining down from the sky with fish. And what did we get? Oh, bomb arrows. Okay. So yeah, this is mostly what you're gonna get from these. Lots of arrows and stuff. Great sound there in the rain as the fish flap. Sorry, Dorian. Didn't mean to scare you by raining meat from the sky. A soldier's claymore, that's not too bad. That was from the Ocarina of Time Link. And then last but not least, the 8-bit 30th anniversary Link. We'll see if we get anything from the original Legend of Zelda. I'm even gonna avoid the rupees. We got Trousers of the Hero. Legends say these trousers were favored by the hero from an ancient age. Their simple design is a rare aesthetic these days, but there's something classic about them. Let's put them on. They're sort of trousers, but not really. They're little pants and boots, so we look like the original Link because he was much younger and it was the style at the time. Thanks for watching, guys. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this. Maybe subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you next time as we hit the road for Hateno Village on Breath of the Wild. Goodbye.